Right, Arsenal are 4, Everton have nil. Great game by Arsenal, and we're going to do some player ratings today. And yeah, let's get into it. So starting off in goal with Aaron Ramsdale, I'm going to say probably a 7 for me for Ramsdale. Actually, to be fair, I'm going to have to, tell a lie. I'm going to say 8 because he made some very clutch saves towards the end to keep a clean sheet. And they had 5 shots on target, and Ramsdale made very good work of himself. His passing was very good under pressure. So Ramsdale gets an 8. Then moving on to Ben White. First half he was quite poor. His passing out of the box was passing out the back wasn't very good. Made quite a few loose errors or loose passes, but overall defensively he was very good. So I want to give out Ben White a 7 because at the end of the day we won 4-0, so I can't give anyone lower than a 7. Gabriel and Saliba, I'm going to do them both together. At home, clean sheet, 4 goals up. Brilliant performance by Gabriel and Saliba. I think I'm just going to give them an 8 each because they both played very well. They closed down any gaps. Gabriel made 1 loose pass in the second half, but then got back to cover it. So, yeah, both Gabriel and Saliba get an 8 from me. And then I'm moving on to Zinchenko. For me, Zinchenko gets a 9. He made a sloppy error here and there, but with him trying to constantly create stuff, it's okay. When we're dominating a game like this, it's okay if you make a loose pass here or there. But I want to see better performance in the future. But he did create a very nice pass for Saka to open up the scoring. And then he was very instrumental in the 4th goal as well. So we won 4-0. So in a game like this, the score's going to be high. So Zinchenko gets a 9. Moving into midfield then, Jorginho was only on for half of the game. We brought in Partey afterwards. But Jorginho was very good defensively and going forward. Created quite a few opportunities and made a very good account of himself. So I'm going to give him a 7. If he would have played longer, then I probably would have given him a higher score. But 7 is from Jorginho. Odegaard, I'm going to have to give an 8. He scored a nice goal and he was playing brilliantly today. Made some lovely skills and taking it past players and just keeping possession. He was very difficult to get off the ball. He did lose the ball once. He got kind of caught out, but then Everton kind of brought it back and then we ended up scoring off it, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, 8 for Odegaard. And then moving on to Xhaka. I think Xhaka gets a 7. He didn't do anything wrong, but he was quite anonymous throughout the game. He was very good at keeping the ball moving and keeping possession. He made a couple of good challenges. So, yeah, 7 for Xhaka. Right, moving into the front 3 then. So we're going to start off with Martinelli. For me, he's my man of the match. I don't want to give him a 10 because I've saved that for like a hat-trick or absolutely blistering performance. But he made a very good show for himself and scored 2 goals. So he's as close as you can get to a 10 without being a 10, so 9. And then moving on to Saka on the other side, opened up the scoring, great shot, was threatening all game, caused Everton players constant troubles, very physical, and just absolute blinding performance by Saka. So I'm going to give him an 8 as well. And then Trossard. I think the experiment works. Having Trossard as a centre forward, it works well. Trossard did very well up front. His movement in between Saka and Martinelli, you can see the difference in Martinelli's game when Trossard's on the pitch. Eddie Nketiah is a decent player, but he's very limited. He has to be in the centre of the pitch, and so he constantly wants to try and sit around the box and to pounce on the goals. And right now, we don't really need a poacher. We need someone that can create movement to open up space for other players to move into. Arsenal system is very much positional play right now, so having someone stagnant and not moving around positions, you can see it's holding the team back. So Trossard did very well today. He didn't get a goal, but he did get an assist for Odegaard's goal and was very good today. So I'm going to give Trossard an 8. And moving on to the substitutes then. First of all, Partey come on for Jorginho. Came on, made a very good performance of himself. Didn't really put a foot wrong and made quite a few good tackles. So I'm going to give Partey a 7. It's good to see him back on the pitch and get some minutes into his legs. So Vieira did very well. You can see he was trying to create stuff towards the end. Didn't really have much to do. Arsenal were just completely dominant and passing the ball around. So I'm going to give him a 7. And Ketia gets a 7 as well. He had a good assist for the goal. But he was on, I think, a little bit less than Vieira. And with Vieira, he's more involved in the game. So I think it's only fair to give them both the same score, even though Ketia got assists. Vieira was more involved. And then finally, Smith Rowe come on for Bukayo Saka. And he came on the 81st minute. Didn't really have much to do. He had made a few good runs and a few good passes. Almost scored towards the end along with Vieira. So I'm going to say a 6. Actually, no. I'm going to say a 7. I know we didn't really play much, but we won 4-0. And it was a very good performance by everybody. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't get anyone less than 7. And then that's it for the substitutes. And then moving on to the fans, they were absolutely brilliant. You could hear them all around the stadium. And at the 60th minute, all you could hear was Ole. So that's shit you love to see. Yeah, great performance by the fans. You can hear them constantly. And yeah, 10 out of 10 for fans. As always, they really have been top notch this season. You can always hear them over the stream. So it's great performance by them. Moving on to Arteta. 10 out of 10. Don't think I have to explain why, to be honest with you. We won 4-0 at Everton. It was a very important game for us. It was our game in hand. We needed to put in a great showing. And I think his selection was perfect, to be honest. His substitutions were very good. You could see he got players in to get some minutes into their legs. And yeah, he just made it was a great result. 4-0, clean sheet. Great performance. So yeah, all credit to him. 10 out of 10 performance by Mikel Arteta. And we move on to Bournemouth. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Let's do the ref first. For the ref, to be fair, this was probably the first game I've watched in a long time that I haven't had anything to complain about the ref. The VAR actually came in clutch, or not clutch, but they actually did their job. It was clear. It was a clear goal, and they checked it, even though it was called offside. But they checked it, and they gave the goal. So do you know what? I think the referee was fair. I don't think he stopped play much. I think he tried to let the game go on as much as possible. I didn't see any particular errors, so I'm going to give the referee an 8, which is probably a record for any live streamers or any football streamers going around. I don't think the referees would ever been given anything more. Usually they get like 2s or 3s. So yeah, Mike Dean, well done, bro. Was it Mike Dean? I think it was Mike Dean. I can't remember. But anyway, the referee today got an 8. So fair play. And that's it for my player ratings. So peace.